Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait.
Just beautiful.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we could add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that.
Guys, you know, we've had some all-star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
And Davis sends it back. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Gasol.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
And Durant, here we go.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The West All-Stars shooting their first free throws here tonight. And the first one at the line is good. Good on both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And that one's good by Davis.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Here's Durant. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that, I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
Here's Curry. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Star. And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Marc Gasol.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record? And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
They get the rebound, Okafor, and he banks in the layup.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound, and once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
There's the dish to Davis. Curry kicks to Davis. Back to Curry. Inside. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one. That All-Star Game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that that record was going to go down.
The pass to Davis. Here's Harden on the wing. Dishes it to Curry. Down low. It's deflected. Gasol with the steal. LeBron right side. DeRozan on the wing. It's Gasol missing.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power and the here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And you know, this game, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Monroe's checked in for Gasol. Paul George comes in for LeBron. And John Wall subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And the jam by Harden.
And really, the these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch, that's painful.
The West making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Durant. Thompson comes in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Steph Curry. And a switch here also for the East. Wade's checked in. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting a huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition. Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for the West. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, I spoke briefly with Eric Spoelstra. I asked him about how he was going to get the All-Stars comfortable playing with each other, and he said, we're just going to keep our sets very simple and let them go out and make plays. I took one look at the roster and knew all I had to do was get out of the way, and we'd have success. Should be fun to watch, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Pau and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Durant's checked in for Duncan. And James Harden subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it, the fast break chance. Pass to George. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. George has got his first 2 points of the night. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
All with it. Westbrook picks him up. Wade outside. On the wing, George. Baseline try, and the jumper is on the mark.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Fires the three. It's home. Called in by George.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams they combined for 48 threes. You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And he makes both free throws. Here is Harden. He's got 6. To the inside. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellent on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
The East All-Stars have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Wade. Harden with it. He's got 8. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
And stolen by Cousins. And that one is stuffed right through.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he...
Oh, wow.
Beautiful jam.
That was absurd. He's showing the skills that got him voted here.
Westbrook, he knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, The league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
Exactly. Making certain the right call was made. They've done a great job of speeding the process and giving the officials the information they need to arrive at the right call.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really a good job to...
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud.
We welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Steph Curry's out there with Harden, and it's Durant. Then there's Duncan, and it's Gasol at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for the West All-Stars right now. James kicks to Gasol, left side Lowry. Inside, here's Monroe. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Count the bucket.
Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Davis is checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Davis sets a screen. Durant, no good.
There for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The East making a switch. Beal's checked in.
I mean, you know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Thompson, he's checked in for Durant. And here are the East All-Stars now. It's a 10-point game.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The East All-Stars have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. He's off on the first. And he's good on the second.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Lowry, and Davis sends it back. Thompson outside. From deep. Rebound by the East All-Stars. James with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Kicks to Beal. Gasol, a screen on Harden. Beal dishes to Gasol. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. DeRozan's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Curry. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside. Forcing. That ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the basket by Curry.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Beal. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's DeRozan. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists in the game. To the inside, and finished off by Davis.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Davis has gotten all 6 of his shots to drop perfect from the floor. Feeds it to Beal. Thompson comes with the double team. Here's DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Curry against Lowry. From deep three-point range. Curry with another miss.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
From deep three-point range. Again, Curry missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
LeBron outside. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Now just a 5-point West All-Star lead.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So the West ends up going with the new group. The East also changing it up. Okafor's checked in, and it's George in for DeMar DeRozan. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Wade's checked in. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. And the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
And really a complete lack of awareness right there. Remember last year in the playoffs that Coach Dave Blatt almost did that and could have cost the Cavs a series. Seemed to have no idea they were out of timeouts.
A good point, Greg. It is. He just lost.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
The East All-Stars have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And he commits the intentional foul. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw good from Wade.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the second. Hayward goes in and powered down the jam.
And guys, right now the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
The West All-Stars have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he can't get the first one. Monroe's checked in for the East. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Here's George. Off the left rim and out.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Thomas passes to Wade. Okafor sets the pick for George. Here's Monroe. The West All-Stars pull it in. They've held a 12-point lead early. Here's Bledsoe. Gasol wide open. He fires. And the release was before. And the first half comes to a conclusion.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game. And I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny.
Please don't.
But I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
We never get tired of having the privilege to broadcast at such an amazing and fun weekend. This year's All-Star action is no different. And on top of all that, we've got a competitive matchup underway. Both East and West All-Stars this year looking primed to put on a real show in the second half that could go down to the wire.
Wow, Ernie, well said. Anyway, the game has been pretty close up to this point, but there's going to be a moment when everyone goes into overdrive. Stops being a free-for-all with scoring, and the Stars turn it up a notch and try to win. Everyone in this game is crazy competitive, and nobody wants to go home a loser.
I think this All-Star game definitely has the makings of an exciting finish. It happens every year. Usually in the second half is when the best of the best step up and take control. Yeah, you might see some highlight plays for fun, but down the stretch, you're going to see hot competition.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
Here's who Erik Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Pau Gasol is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Okafor. And it's DeRozan in at the 2 spot. And it's Lowry penetrating Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
West All-Stars shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And both free throws good for James Harden.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
On the wing, DeRozan. Here's Gasol, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back. And he gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 8 points.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Curry outside. The shot misses. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. The drive by LeBron. And Davis sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Lets it go with a 3. No good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, he has 8 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
The West making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Thompson comes in for James Harden. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Curry. John Wall's checked in for the East. It's stolen by Wall. The drive by LeBron. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Duncan, he's checked in for the West. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the East. Dragic comes in for DeMar DeRozan.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. They're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Curry's checked in. James against Duncan. Johnson wide open. He fires. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking the technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. No good on that one.
At the line for 2.
Good on the second free throw. Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. It makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. And Wall kicks to Gasol. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for the East. Paul George comes in for Johnson. Here's Wall. Connects on the open J. Wall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Knocked away. Wall with the steal. And there's the call on Durant. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
And we'll look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the East All-Stars.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept